we are going to talk about Mahomes because you mentioned it like last episode about like you seeing a bunch of GOAT conversations and all this and all that, and
Yeah.
I really wanted to sit and think like, all right, if I had an actual conversation, like where does Mahomes rank? It's GOAT conversations and where he ranks or where he will rank or is he on his way to becoming the GOAT or whatnot? And they're showing all these statistics and comparing him to Tom. And honestly, at the rate he's going, the obvious answer, this is the obvious answer. I'll answer it. At the rate he's going, yeah, there should really be no question.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if he continues to do what he's doing now at this rate, because literally a year ago, I'm pretty sure we had a segment like, where does he rank amongst Peyton Manning? And now it's like,
Yeah.
all right,
Well, no. No. Before the season, it was like,
yeah,
is he ahead of Peyton Manning? I was like, fuck no, dude.
now
And
it's like,
I still believe that, but he's going to Super Bowl, sure. But if we're talking about like, there's such like people do this all the time with Dan Marino never won shit, but an MVP. But it's like
uh-huh,
he's still in a lot of people's top fives. He's a fucking great quarterback.
shouldn't be in anybody's top five, but sure.
Nobody's top five. We're just putting
No,
Super Bowls in the top five.
no, but that's
A Rod's in a ton of people's top five. He's got one.
Aaron Rodgers is okay.
I'm just saying, it's like
All right, old head. I didn't know Dan Marino was better than Aaron Rodgers all of a fucking sudden.
you
You
never
know, the
know. But no,
guy who
I'm
was an
saying it's like
MVP one guy who was an MVP at 40 and one guy who, took one team to a Super Bowl and lost. But hey, it
yes,
is what it is. Dan Marino, Tom Brady could have had a better argument with like Brett Favre maybe, but like, no.
sure. I wanted to throw in Marino, but
It's like, here's a different, okay, here. Why does Dan Marino get thrown out? He gets thrown out so easily, and he's so easily forgotten and whatnot. And Aaron just has that one Super Bowl. Yeah, look what that one Super Bowl can do for you. It's like, yeah, you're already, because that's the thing about Lamar. We already know he's done everything. Win the Super Bowl.
but I think that the winning of the Super Bowl is the least of what we talk about when it comes to Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, no, I feel like we definitely talk.
Because the
There's
past
definitely conversations about.
13 years has been him not winning Super Bowls.
No, I mean,
And
we
that's when he
definitely have.
cemented himself as one of the greats.
Well, I believe the move from McCarthy to Matt,
LaFleur.
it was like, oh, we'll change the scenery and things. We'll see what happens, and then that field goal blunder and everything. There's been blunders, and
Yeah.
either way, Aaron Rodgers was still winning MVPs and whatnot. And
Yeah.
all right, here's the thing: wherever you have Peyton Manning compared to
No,
Patrick
sure.
Mahomes,
Yeah.
sure, whatever. Right now, the question is, will he be greater than Tom Brady? And they're using first 7 years of Mahomes, first 7 years of Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I have a problem with.
Okay.
Because when you take the first 7 years of Tom Brady and you take the first 7 years of fuck that. You take player A's 7 years and player B's first 7 years and you give them the stats. You're going to pick player B no matter what.
Yeah.
Now, what if I said, oh, player A was the 199th pick, though?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Not
Okay.
10th.
All right. Okay. Oh, and then
He
by the
did
way,
this
2 more times.
exactly.
He had 2 more of these same exact careers
Exactly.
After that. So here's the problem, because they show all these stats, right? Like, because he's gonna have Tom beat in stats, and
By a lot.
He played the same amount of games. He's already got him in yards, touchdowns, and same amount of championships. He's got 2 more Pro Bowls, 1 more All Pro, 1 more MVP, 1 more Super Bowl win. So he's already on his way to double.
Did Tom not have
Super
3
Bowl
in his
wins.
first 7?
Tom had 2 in his first 7. Tom had 2 in his first 7. Oh, excuse me. Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Deion Branch.
Yeah.
Deion Branch. As soon as you said that, I was like, no, yeah, Deion Branch. Okay.
Yeah.
Super Bowl MVPs 2 to 3. But then when you really take a step back and look at Tom Brady, and compare it to Patrick Mahomes, and even like okay, say Patrick Mahomes stays in the system and just is statistically better than Tom Brady.
Mm.
Patrick Mahomes still has a lot of legacy and just historical moments to create. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what, like we bring up the stats,
Yeah.
we bring up the this and that, but if you actually bring up these moments in history where Tom Brady was a part of, like
Well, I'm going to be honest. I don't think that if we take Tom's first 7 years, I'm not sure what the media was saying back then, but it wasn't necessarily, hey, this is the
GOAT.
greatest quarterback we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Now,
And I think as time went on, like you're saying, the experiences, I think he got better as a quarterback. Um,
well, and
he had
also
crazy years and crazy games.
we're comparing the Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes offense to the early 2000s Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's not
Yeah.
throwing for 5,000 yards in 2000. Like it's just not.
No,
That's
it
not.
wasn't. So
It's not how it's. That's not
in
how it's gonna
'07,
work.
but yeah, not.
And okay, you bring up '07. It's like yeah, okay, he didn't get the job done because of the one of the craziest catches ever. The man
Also,
still went. The
but I
man
mean, it's the
still.
greatest. Regardless, it's the greatest season of all time.
Patrick Mahomes ain't had that. Patrick Mahomes, he don't got anything close to a 28-3.
No.
He wasn't throw. Here's the
Well, I
thing.
mean, the closest thing is fucking the divisional round against the Texans,
Here's the problem though. In order to
being
have this
down 10,
conversation, in order to have this
19.
conversation, in order to have this conversation and where Patrick Mahomes ranks compared to Tom Brady, we're gonna have to wait and see how Patrick Mahomes compares to the best quarterbacks in the league when he's 40.
Exactly.
Because if Patrick Mahomes is 40, throwing for 5,000 yards and winning a Super Bowl, still,
Yeah.
okay, there'd be no
The
question.
guy's
But
what?
we're
Not even 30 yet.
not even 30 yet. And that's the thing. It's like, obviously, he can easily go on
And even if he gets the three-peat and the dominance of this era and whatever, and the stats and all that, it's like, no, Tom has, like we've said, two more of these. Now
Tom has two more of
he
these.
might not have the fourth Super Bowl and the fourth Super Bowl MVP, which he will get in a week time. Um,
And then also, it's like, okay, he has 17 playoff wins to Tom's 34. And they're like, look, it's like, do y'all know how much, like,
you know how
that's a
hard it is to
lot.
win.
Like,
Well, I mean, apparently for the Chiefs, it's pretty easy, but
bro, but
um,
he has to win 17 more.
yeah,
He has to win 17 more. Devin, there's four. If you have to play in a wild card and make a Super Bowl, you get a total of four.
yeah,
So 4 more years, if he played a total of four, would be one away.
yeah.
Devin, it's going to be a while till he gets to that number 34.
No,
I'm
of
just
course.
saying that now. It's going to be way longer than people
Um,
think it's actually going to be.
yeah,
Especially if they get a first round bye here and there and end up not making a Super Bowl. Then what, they have 1 or 2 wins? It's like,
yeah.
I'm just saying, people are taking these stats and going, look at what he's doing. But we're like already forgetting what Tom Brady did, what he's
Yeah,
done.
no, I
The
mean,
fact that
people
he
are like,
wasn't a
where does
first
he?
round.
People are like, how close is he to Tom? It's like he's not yet. I mean, he's.
No.
I think, yeah, of course, winning this, he's on his way, but I don't know. I mean, to me, I think the the conversation, not including Tom and Patrick, is more interesting.
The
If you take those,
conversation,
if you take those two quarterbacks out, and you go now,
who's the best quarterback ever?
it's more of a real conversation about the quarterback position than it is Super Bowls. You know,
Who is it?
I don't know, but I'm saying it's more of a conversation.
Who is it?
It's a more difficult conversation.
Who is it? You know, it's a toss up between 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a multitude of guys. Some
It's
people would
Aaron
still say
Rodgers.
Johnny.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
A-Rod's up there.
It's
I
Aaron
think
Rodgers.
Lamar is going to make a real big case.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton. Drew, I mean, even can
I was
make
gonna
a
say
case.
I was just about to say if you want to have a conversation about
Dan
Drew, we can have a
Marino,
conversation about
Favre
Drew.
has 360 fucking interceptions that shouldn't even be anywhere close.
Yeah, but I'm
I mean, it was up until what 10 years ago when people started kicking Montana out.
no, I don't think
And
anybody's.
and well, I mean,
And see,
it
here's the
was
problem with us. Here's the problem with us. We did not mention Joe Montana,
no, we never had Montana out there, but it was like back in the day, or
but like
not
we
back in the
need
day.
to. We need to have him. Like I mean,
No, of course.
he's
But no,
like
it was like it went from Joe was number one, Tom's two to Tom's one, Joe's about five, six. Like that happened real quick, and it's like
and it
we
wasn't a
shouldn't.
bunch of Super Bowl wins in between that bumped him down there.
No, it was
You
like
know, it's not like Peyton and Aaron Rodgers matched Joe and
no,
bumped him down. It's just
exactly.
what they were able to do outside of a Super Bowl was better.
Yeah,
Like
and
it's
I
just
don't know,
more
but
great.
again, I think it's a more interesting conversation between that. And yeah, it's cool. Mahomes is breaking records or whatever, but in the moment, it's just like, and it was the same way with Tom. It was like when Tom was winning that much, and when Tom was in every Super Bowl, it was like in the moment, it's cool, but you're also like, fucking, this sucks.
Well, yeah, and you know, and like I said, we have to wait and see what Mahomes does for the next 13 years, and is he going to be able to break off away from Andy Reid and go to another team and win a Super Bowl
Yeah,
and throw for 5,000 yards
I
at
mean,
40 years old and
Andy's
do other
clock
shit?
is ticking.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's gonna be very interesting to see because we're almost getting into that point where it's like, all right, like Tom was able to do it with everyone and or anybody. We're gonna start
Like,
getting to these years where,
and yeah, it's like, sure, what's his name? Mahomes has lost Tyreek and never
bro.
really,
But like, I'm
but it's like
sorry,
no, Tom has about 5 or 6 different eras of football teams
football teams,
with different
football
guys.
players, receivers, and we're talking about like, okay, yes, we got an older D Hop. Hollywood Brown's not as good as everybody thought he was.
Oh, of course.
Juju might be washed. Look, look. I'm just saying there are some lineups that Tom Brady was playing with in the Super Bowl, like besides Gronk, where it was like, ah, man,
This guy had 4 of the shortest
college
white receivers you
quarterbacks,
could
yeah,
touch.
just a bunch of white dudes. Like, I mean,
Just tons of white dudes.
it just
But
wasn't.
it's like no, like Tom won 3 Super Bowls and then like started another team
Yeah, I mean,
and then won 2 more or went to 2 more, started another team and then went to a few more, won a few more, started another team, and then went to the Bucks. It's like no, he was
it's
that
it's just
organization.
it's just like the longevity, the legacy, everything else he's done. People don't really consider as much compared to the stats. It's
Sure.
like I've really thought we were getting away from just stat watching and stat comparing, especially when we're talking about like I don't know, like okay, it's it's Tom Brady. Like, do we
Mm-hmm.
really have to just point at stats to talk about Tom Brady and not just
No.
talk about just what he has done?
Yeah,
Just
and that's kind of the
watching
thing
it.
with Drew Brees, where it's like his main case is that we're pointing at stats immediately, and then like Tom didn't really need to be the all-time passing leader, the all-time touchdown leader. Kind of just happened because he played for 25 fucking years.
Same thing with LeBron, bro. It's like
Exactly.
LeBron,
It's like
like
he did not have to beat Kareem to prove anything to anybody. No
absolutely
one.
not.
I mean, that was one of the unbreakable records. That was the record that was supposed to be there forever. No one really gave like that didn't change LeBron as a player. He's still the greatest basketball player of all time.
So yeah, for right now, still the goat. It's Tom Brady, and I don't, it's gonna be a while till Mahomes is in that conversation.
But and again, same time, I if you take Mahomes and Brady out, it's a cooler conversation.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is a cooler
And
conversation.
it's like anytime anyone talks about the best quarterbacks of all time, it's like Tom's a goat. But it's like so many different guys from that era, from the fucking 4 eras that he played in.
That's the thing. He played for so long and outlasted so many different
Of course,
quarterbacks. It's
and
like Ben
I mean
came and went, Philip came and
it's
went, Drew came and went. I mean, it's just
same thing with like Tiger Woods, Like Tiger Woods won so much that everyone else's name got forgotten, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of how it is with
Yeah.
Tom. And there was some love given to other quarterbacks, but a lot of guys got forgotten, stepped over.
All right. Let's talk about Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Should we change the name? Did Vince do something bad
No, but Bill Belichick said they should change it.
to his name?
Do you think that?
No,
Do you think that's what he said?
no, I don't think he's that. What does he think? I don't want to put words in his mouth.
What do you think he thought? What do you
I think
think
he
he
thought.
thinks?
Um, I don't know.
Tom Brady. He said it should be named after Tom Brady. Um, he said he won 7 Super Bowls and it should be named after him. Me personally, don't really know if there should be any reason to change the Vince Lombardi Trophy. I mean, it is the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Um, so unless you
Also,
like,
after the years of hatred toward Tom Brady, I don't think Rodgers changed it.
oh yeah, under Roger Goodell's fucking law, there's absolutely
Rodgers
no
still
way.
relatively young. He ain't going nowhere, bro.
No, Roger's not going
He's gonna
anywhere
Dan
for a
Snyder
long
this
time.
ship until it
Which
fucking
that
breaks, dude.
sucks so bad.
I
That
know, and
sucks
we're
so
gonna see.
bad.
And this is also why Mahomes is winning so much. Tom will never be the GOAT, dude.
What do you think
Tom
Goodell is
will be the
like?
GOAT for the next 10 years, and then Mahomes is gonna steal it from him.
I mean, is Goodell like? Was that the blueprint? Push Tom Brady out with Mahomes?
Well, it was like let Tom get his scuzz off, and then
Well, like no, he finally found a quarterback that could outduel,
of course,
everybody else like Tom Brady can.
of course.
So he's gonna
But
put.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Mahomes feels like that bit of complacency. Like he doesn't do cool shit anymore.
What do you mean?
Like, he doesn't do no look passes. He doesn't like.
Well, I
They're
mean,
not. They're not
see,
throwing bombs. They're not doing cool shit anymore.
certain things he still does do. It's just not talked about as much.
Yeah, I know, but then he does like the little shimmy run out of bounds and flops as he gets pushed, and it's just like fucking go play hard nosed football. I don't really want to
Oh, that's
like
never
I
happening.
I don't know one person who talked about how much they enjoy watching the Chiefs play this year,
No, but
just from a
nobody.
football standpoint.
No, but no. But even before this year, nobody likes watching the Chiefs play because they don't like watching the Chiefs win.
But if we talk about 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, it's one of the most impressive teams we've ever seen.
But there were plenty of games that were fun to watch. It's just you didn't want to watch.
Yeah, like that Broncos game.
You didn't want to watch the Chiefs win. Oh, the
Oh,
last game of the
oh,
season.
no, the one before that, the first meeting when they blocked a kick to win by fucking 2.
Okay. Oh,
And then
so
we're talking about this team like they're the best team in fucking
a
football.
blocked field goal at the end of the game. That's not exciting.
And
A
not when it's
game,
the Chiefs, and not
a
when it's
game, a
16 to
game.
14.
Okay, see, it's like, what are we doing then? You just see that's what I'm
But
talking
no,
about.
I'm saying that
It has to
I'm
be a
saying that leading up
45.
to a 16 to 14 game, it's not very exciting.
It's got to be a 42 to 45 absolute blowout for you to
Like if
be.
it, but if we look at this, if it was Bills Ravens and it's 16 to 14, we're going, damn, both these teams kind of stink. Well, these
Not
defenses are really good. And these
not if
quarterbacks
not.
suck.
Well, no. There's you can have two things be true where the quarterbacks are good and the defenses just played better.
I'm just,
They don't have to be the quarterbacks suck. What I'm saying,
I'm being
it's
mad. I am. Yeah.
I'm just saying it's like, okay, Ravens Chiefs week 1. Did we not like the game because of the outcome, or was it not a good game? I
Well,
think
that
it was
was
a
one of
great
their
game.
last exciting games.
Came down to the wire. Fuck the score. It could have been 0-0. It came down to the wire. It was a great game. Because that's the thing though. When it comes down to it, if the game's on the line, bro, fuck everything that happened. The game's on the line,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets entertaining. I mean, okay, you might feel like you wasted your time, but also look the same way. Look, people treat basketball like it means absolutely nothing until the final 2 minutes, and people will still sit there and watch some boring ass football game, and then it still appreciate those final 2 minutes of excitement if it still comes down to the wire. And
Sure, but
now we're
I think
taking.
there's a lot of people who like watching. Like, there's a certain love for a one-sided, not completely one-sided football game, but a somewhat dominant performance.
Sure, but a blowout.
blowout's different. But we didn't even see the Chiefs come close to a blowout this year, and that's kind of what it's like.
Chiefs didn't need to, and that was kind of my point all year.
Yeah, which sucks about the NFL. That sucks about the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just.
I mean, but it just shows. Okay, Detroit put on a fucking performance every
I know,
week.
but this rule has only made sense for the Chiefs. It's not like the Patriots didn't really have to do anything this year.
No, the Patriots when they were with Brady, they were very, very pretty. No, they were very calm and cool and collective and really didn't do anything flashy.
All right, well then outside of these two teams, you don't look at the Ravens and you go, they'll turn it on at some point. The Bills will turn it on at some point.
Think about what you just said. The two greatest dynasties outside of those two teams, these other teams can't get it done like them.
Yeah, the Patriots got accused of cheating too. So
that's what I'm like. We're taking.
So what? There's two fucking good teams, and then we all just sit around.
It's just the two greatest. I would imagine in a world where social media was a thing, as much as it is now in the 20th century, these same conversations would have been had about the Steelers, the Cowboys, and the Niners. Oh, did you see what they did in the third quarter? That ref. It's like, all right, everything's rigged.
All right, but everything's a joke.
This
Chiefs shit is worse.
This is all simulation. I'm telling you, if we could sit there and watch the immaculate reception with 100 more cameras. I'm just saying that it might be different. It might be different.
What about 06 Super Bowl? Fully rigged.
That's what it seems. It seems pretty rigged.
Maybe the NFL's rigged and we're all living in a fucking dumbass simulation.
Okay, but here's my thing though. At the end of the day, I can't be too mad because I'm a WWE fan.
But yeah, no, I mean, even if it is rigged, it's like I've enjoyed it for my whole life. So
yeah, it's like, oh man, it's rigged. But it's almost like if I found out the NFL,
it's almost like we're all sitting around trying to think of ways that the WWE is real.
What do you mean?
We're like, this isn't fucking scripted.
Oh.
It's like if we were all given the impression that the WWE was real, and we're like, dude, this is the fucking craziest shit I've ever seen. But holy shit. It's like, but once you flip the script and you go, it is rigged, but this is fun.
Yeah, see, but if I
gotta flip that, this is rigged, but this is fun.
If it turned out that the NFL was rigged, and I found out, and I was like, and I learned that the NFL was rigged, I feel like it'd be like learning that Santa wasn't real.
Well, it's also like learning that JFK got shot by the CIA, something like that.
Definitely not that. More so like, oh, Santa's not real, but like, I still get shit on Christmas. Like that's cool. Like Christmas. Like Christmas is like you still get Christmas. Once you find out Santa ain't real, you don't stop celebrating Christmas. If you found out the NFL was rigged, you're not gonna not watch the Super Bowl. You're going to watch. You're gonna watch.
JFK didn't get to Christmas.
What is up with you?
Well, I don't know. But no, yeah, you're right. I mean, I think I just have to. I'm not saying lose hope, but just understand that it is.
Okay, rigged. I mean, if the NFL is rigged, they finally bought into a fucking storyline for Washington,
which is cool.
They're building something up for y'all.
No, the NFL is a WWE.
So there you go.
This is my WWE.
That's your WWE right there. All right.